Have you ever hit rock bottom and felt like there was no way out? This is my story, a story of despair, struggle, and ultimately, redemption. My name is Sam, and for years, my life was a mess. I struggled with addiction, lost jobs, and broken relationships. It felt like I was trapped in a never-ending cycle of pain and disappointment. Every day felt like a battle I couldn't win. The weight of my failures and the burden of my mistakes were too heavy to bear. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. I wandered through life, feeling empty and alone. The nights were the hardest, filled with endless thoughts of regret and hopelessness. Then one day, in my darkest hour, I stumbled upon a church. It was a place I had never considered before, but something drew me in. It wasn't planned, but something drew me in. Maybe it was the faint hope of finding solace, or perhaps it was a divine intervention. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34:18. There I met people who spoke about Jesus. They talked about a love and hope that I had never known, a kind of peace that seemed almost too good to be true. They shared stories of transformation and redemption, stories that resonated deeply with my own struggles. At first I was skeptical. Could this really change anything? Could faith truly mend the broken pieces of my life? And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Romans 8:28. I had tried so many things before and nothing seemed to work. But something inside me urged me to give it a chance. As I began to learn about Jesus, something inside me shifted. The words of the Bible started to speak to my heart, and the teachings of Jesus began to make sense. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. The old has gone, the new is here. 2 Corinthians 5:17. I felt seen, loved, and forgiven. For the first time in years, I felt a glimmer of hope. I realized that I was not alone in my struggles. Slowly, my life began to transform. The changes were subtle at first, but they were real. I started to see the world in a new light. The chains of addiction started to break. I found the strength to let go of the things that were holding me back. So if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed. John 8:36. I found a job that gave me purpose. Relationships began to heal. The people I had hurt started to forgive me, and I began to forgive myself. It wasn't an overnight miracle, but with each step, I felt Jesus walking beside me. His presence gave me the courage to keep moving forward. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Psalm 23:4. His guidance and love were like a beacon of light in my darkest moments. Today, my life is filled with blessings I never imagined. I have a community, a purpose, and a sense of belonging that I had longed for, and a deep sense of peace. The peace that comes from knowing that I am loved and forgiven, and that my past does not define my future. Therefore, there is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. Romans 8. 1. Meeting. Jesus didn't just change my circumstances, it changed my heart. It gave me a new perspective on life and a renewed sense of hope. So if you're feeling lost and broken, know that there's hope. No matter how deep the darkness, there is always a way out. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. John 1:5. Jesus can transform your life, just like He did mine. His love and grace are available to everyone, no matter where you are in your journey. Trust in Him and watch the miracles unfold. Allow His love to heal your wounds and guide you towards a brighter future. Embrace the journey from darkness to light and discover the true meaning of salvation. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11.